What if, somewhere in the vast darkness beyond our sun, something ancient is still whispering back to us? What if a machine built by human hands nearly 50 years ago is sending a signal that could change everything we thought we knew about space itself? NASA says its Voyager probe, one of the most distant man-made objects ever created, is still transmitting from nearly 24 billion miles away. An old spacecraft, far beyond the planets, has broken its silence. For decades it's traveled through a region no one fully understood. And what it found has rewritten the very boundaries of our solar system. This is the story of the spaceship that was never meant to survive. In 1977, two identical probes, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, launched from Cape Canaveral on what was supposed to be a simple 5-year mission. Their job: photograph the outer planets, send back some data, and fade quietly into darkness. They were built with less computing power than a digital watch, no solar panels, no backup CPUs, just a small nuclear battery designed to slowly decay over time. Yet, year after year, they refused to die. Voyager 1, launched second but on a faster path, took advantage of a rare planetary alignment that happens only once every 176 years, a gravitational slingshot that hurled it past Jupiter and Saturn at unimaginable speeds. It captured volcanic eruptions on Io, revealed Titan's thick orange haze, discovered Saturn's braided rings, and mapped the magnetic chaos surrounding Jupiter. Its twin, Voyager 2, continued onward, visiting Uranus in 1986 and Neptune in 1989, becoming the only spacecraft to ever reach those distant worlds. There it found sideways rotating planets, misaligned magnetic fields, and supersonic winds faster than anything on Earth. It even saw geysers of nitrogen erupting from Triton, Neptune's largest moon, proof that even at the frozen edge of the sun's influence, worlds could still be alive. Voyager didn't just explore the planets, it revealed that our solar system was far more dynamic, violent, and alive than we ever imagined. Every new discovery rewrote textbooks: moons with atmospheres, storms larger than Earth, magnetic fields that defied theory. And then, it left. When the last planet slipped behind, there were no more worlds to visit, only the deep dark ahead. But that's where Voyager's real mission began. Beyond the planets lies an invisible frontier, a boundary between our solar system and the galaxy beyond. It's not a wall, but a battlefield between two cosmic forces. The solar wind, a constant stream of charged particles from the sun, and the interstellar medium, the gas and dust that fill the Milky Way. Where they collide lies the heliopause, the true edge of the sun's influence. For years, no one knew what would happen when Voyager reached it. Would it crash into a wall of plasma? Would it fade into silence? In 2012, Voyager 1 answered. Its particle detector saw solar ions vanish, magnetic fields twisted violently, plasma density spiked. It had crossed the heliopause, becoming the first human-made object to enter interstellar space. Then, in 2018, Voyager 2 followed. But its readings were different. Voyager 1 had found dense pockets of interstellar plasma, like invisible walls of pressure. Voyager 2 instead measured flowing streams of stretched particles, moving in strange directions. Two spacecraft. One frontier. Two different realities. The edge of the solar system turned out to be chaotic, turbulent, alive, or wrinkled, shifting sea of magnetism billions of kilometers wide. Solar flares sculpted it, waves rippled through it, and sometimes it seemed to follow the probes themselves. Every model failed. Every prediction broke. The quiet frontier of science fiction became a storm no one had foreseen. And yet, both Voyagers survived. Subscribe to Fact Theory now to discover more true cosmic mysteries just like this one, real stories that prove the universe is stranger than fiction. But the story didn't end there. In late 2023, more than 4 decades after Voyager 1 first touched interstellar space, something went wrong. The spacecraft began transmitting corrupted data, fragmented signals, broken telemetry, incoherent noise. It wasn't silent, but what it said made no sense. Engineers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory feared the worst. Cosmic radiation might have struck a critical memory chip in the flight data subsystem, the tiny computer responsible for organizing all scientific information before transmission. That chip hadn't been touched since the 1970s. There were no spare parts, no direct access, and most of the original engineers had long since retired or passed away. But a small team of veterans and young specialists refused to give up. They searched through 4-decade-old schematics, line by line, byte by byte, trying to rebuild the system from Earth, 24 billion kilometers away. One command sequence, one single error, could shut Voyager down forever. It would take 22 hours for a signal to reach it, and another 22 for its reply. In April 2024, NASA transmitted the software patch and waited. Days later, the response came. The signal was clear. The data, whole again. Voyager 1 had recovered, reprogrammed across interstellar space by a team that refused to let it die. It wasn't built to be repaired. But it was. And maybe that's what Voyager has always represented, not just engineering, but endurance. A message to the universe that humanity doesn't give up. Long before it ever left the solar system, engineers attached a small gold-plated record to the probe's frame. The Golden Record. A 12-inch copper phonograph, sealed in aluminum, carrying the sounds of Earth, greetings in 55 languages, the wind, thunder, music from across cultures, Bach, Blind Willie Johnson, and a Navajo night chant. It also contained diagrams of human DNA, anatomy, and the Earth's position in the galaxy, mapped using pulsars as cosmic signposts. No one truly expected it to be found. The odds that another civilization would intercept a 1970s spacecraft drifting through infinite space were almost zero. But that was never the point. It was Carl Sagan's vision, a gesture of cosmic humility. A declaration that, for a brief moment in time, there existed a species that not only looked at the stars, but wanted to be known by them. Engraved on the record are instructions for how to play it, assuming the finder understands physics. Even its medium, gold, was chosen to endure. It is not a transmission. It is a whisper across eternity. Today, both Voyagers are still out there, silent, steady, moving farther from Earth every second. Voyager 1 is now the most distant human creation in history, over 24 billion kilometers from home. Voyager 2 follows close behind. Their instruments are fading, their nuclear batteries weakening year after year. To save energy, NASA has been shutting down systems one by one. By the mid-2030s, both Voyagers will fall silent. No more plasma readings. No more magnetic data. Only cold metal drifting in the dark. But silence isn't the end. Even without power, they'll continue their journey for tens of thousands of years, long after Earth has changed, long after our last transmission fades. Each carries its golden record, our story, our heartbeat, our proof that we existed. Somewhere, out there, two small pieces of humanity are sailing through the night. Still teaching us. Still rewriting what we thought we knew. Every difference between their measurements, temperature, pressure, radiation, reveals something new about the space between the stars. Voyager 2's plasma instrument continues to capture faint whispers of interstellar matter. Voyager 1's magnetometer still detects the pulse of cosmic waves moving through the galaxy. 48 years after launch, they are no longer missions. They are monuments. They were never meant to last, yet they became eternal. Adrift beyond the reach of memory and maps, Voyager still carries us, not as a signal begging for an answer, but as silent proof that we once reached for the stars and left something that mattered. Subscribe to Fact Theory to explore more true stories where science meets wonder, and tell us in the comments, if you could send one message to the universe, what would it say? Don't forget to like this video, leave your thoughts below, and join us on the next journey through the unknown.